to that question, that statement. Thank you.
Okay, just as I give the chair, is Honorable Kavinga interested in putting in something to this one?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think I wanted to add that actually the committee, I'm a member of the committee, and I'm a member of the subcommittee that has been going round in some of the police stations, Mr. Speaker, trying to get the actual data on what is happening in each of the police stations. And the psychosocial effects of our police officers is one of the key things that we've been looking at. It's therefore important that the member gives us enough time. He's a member of the Security Committee, so that we can complete the report that we are making. That report is comprehensive. That report will enable this House to know what is happening with our officers and also the police stations that we have in this country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, so let's hear. I think from the chair we would be interested to know whether he wants to make an interim statement on it or he can wait, but how long will Honorable Masara have to wait to have this statement responded to one way or the other? Yeah. What for example, is the timelines of the activity that you are undertaking now?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. For example, right now we had requested to visit the area of Western, Nyanza, then we go to Northeastern, because, Honorable Speaker, until we are able to go to at least 30 counties in the country, we will not be able to know the extent of the problems that we are having with our police officers. So it will take time. But for Masara, Honorable Speaker, maybe another 2 weeks, I can give him only a statement to meet at maybe his concern. But for the whole House, it will take me at least another 4 or 5 months when I'm able to give a very, very conclusive report to the House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
I think that's okay with you, Honorable Masara. Now, the rest you can do in the committee, but the issue now of, he says in 2 weeks he will give you some statement. He's actually giving you a warning that it might not be sufficient. I really don't think there is anything quite a problem with that.
Mr. Speaker, my only concern is they are part of these statements which need response from the National Police Service Commission.
That you will do. And in any case, so, you know now you are in that committee.
Chairman, being in that committee has given me a privilege of knowing what is taking place. That's why I decided to come to the floor of the House, more so on the budgetary issue, Mr. Speaker. At this financial year, Mr. Speaker, the National Police Service Commission requested for money to establish centers where police officers can be, the psychological services can be done to these officers. They were denied this money, Mr. Speaker. So if we'll wait for another 5 more months.
Now, I will not want to allow you to proceed in that direction, Honorable Masara.
Thank you, Mr.
You will be given a response in 2 weeks. Part of the people who will be facilitating this report to be given is yourself, because you are in the committee. Now, and many of these other things, you can even be able to canvass within the committee, and most of these issues you are raising are actually something that should be live in your committee now, on day-to-day basis, now that you even have a subcommittee on that particular. But you will get a statement in 2 weeks. Then the rest will be sorted out in due course.
I stand ready, Mr. Speaker.
Okay. So before we go to the other, the response, the issuance of a statement by the chairperson, NGCDF, I see Honorable Koros is now here. And he has given a good reason why he could not make it in good time. And I don't want to, ask your question, Honorable Koros. Ask your question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm sorry for delaying a bit.
Proceed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I'm asking question 041 of 2020 to the Cabinet Secretary for Transport, Infrastructure, Housing, Urban Development, and Public Works. What is the status of construction of Kapsoid Sondu Road in Sikawe, Soin constituency? Could the Cabinet Secretary provide details of the company that is constructing the said road and state the amount of monies paid to them to date. When is the project expected to be completed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Very well, that one will be replied to before the Departmental Committee on Transport, Public Works and Housing. Now, what is it, Honorable Kositany?
Thank you very much.
What's your point of order?
My issue, Mr. Speaker, is that if you'll allow me to get the letter here from my phone, there is a question, Mr. Speaker, I asked about the use of COVID funds.
And is that true? Let me see. Okay. I can confirm it is you.
Do you want to see the white beard?
No. Proceed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the 23rd of April, Mr. Speaker, I asked for a statement from the Finance Committee on the use of COVID funds. And in it, Mr. Speaker, I asked for about 7 items for them to respond, especially on the use of the funds that we are receiving from WHO for COVID. Mr. Speaker, to date, I have not received any response. And I remember, Mr. Speaker, when I was on the dispatch box there asking the statement, none other than the leader of minority kept saying that I was bringing Jubilee politics at that time. I don't know whether he still holds the same view now that we have serious exposures on the misuse of money that is meant to go and safeguard the lives of Kenyans through this pandemic. So, Mr. Speaker, it will be in order for us to know when this response can be given so that we may know and follow up on the use of the COVID funds. On this, Mr. Speaker, I also asked, why would we finance or give money to NSIS for contact tracing? And that is their job. They know every day who is where, and they already have their budget. So, Mr. Speaker, that is why I seek to get that clarification.
Honorable Mbadi, I wanted to have Honorable Kositany finalize his issue because he was also rising on a point of order. So what is your point of order now?
Mr. Speaker, I think you are distracted a bit, but you had the Deputy Secretary General of Jubilee Party insinuating proper motive on me, Mr. Speaker, that the day he was seeking this statement, that I said he was bringing Jubilee politics. Mr. Speaker, I can't remember saying that. But even if I said it, he should have challenged me at that time to explain what I meant. Because now, when he's bringing it, he's bringing it with proper motive.
That's actually
Mr.
true.
Speaker, because he's trying to imply that I'm opposing holding government to account, which is something I cannot do. I'm the leader of minority, and if the Jubilee Party can help my side in holding Jubilee government to account, how on earth would I reject that? So, Mr. Speaker, I want him to explain exactly what he meant by that statement. Was implying that I'm trying to fight accountability in this House, Mr. Speaker.
I don't
That
even
is
want
not my
to.
reputation.
I will not give him an opportunity to explain that. I will only say that actually it would have been much better that intervention to have been brought forth at that particular day, on the 23rd of April or May, as you've indicated. But now, since this is water under the bridge, let's leave that one alone for now. Let's deal with the more substantive issue as to why you have not received a statement. And I'm saying that because I am seeing even one of the, probably if it was answered then, a question like I've seen now asked by the member for Gilgil probably would not have arisen because it's almost the same thing. So, and what only surprises me is that you sought a statement from the chair finance. Why would it not have been health at that point? Because I thought that is a matter health. What was your intention?
Mr. Speaker, it was the Speaker who was the chair then that directed that the Committee on Finance give a statement on the use of the funds, and I think it is appropriate that way.
Okay.
But since then, there has been a change of leadership, and when the leader of minority says, we don't know now which side is minority and which side is majority.
Now, you see, you are bringing politics again. Then, Honorable Badi might have been right